those of you who are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Naomi LeClaire, and I'll be telling you all about what is written down in the description below, which is 10 things that the United States Air Force Academy has taught me. All right. So, as some of you may know, from my last video, I attended the Air Force Academy Preparatory School first for a year from 2016 to 2017, and then I went on to go through freshman year and sophomore year up until the 2019 summer. But enough about that, enough about the backstory. Make sure to like the video, make sure to comment and subscribe, guys. So let's get right into the video, and starting with the first thing that I learned about the Academy. Don't mind me, I got some notes, just wanted to make sure that I stay on track. So the first thing that I learned, and the first thing that you'll hear a lot when you go into the military in general, or especially the academies, not just the Air Force Academy, but I learned to embrace the suck. Now, it wasn't always easy. Matter of fact, for me, there was just a lot going on. But anyway, there was a lot of days where I was like, dang, this really does like suck. Like, but you have to embrace it. You have to push through it, because all days aren't going to be good days. Like, you're going to do a lot of things that you do not necessarily want to do or even like doing, but embracing it will get you through it, and just making the most of that experience and not dwelling on the negative, but staying positive and just embracing the entire experience and embracing the suck. So that was the first thing that I learned. Second thing, it taught me, the Air Force Academy itself taught me a lot about discipline. Like, because there were so many functions and activities that we had to be at certain times, it was very structured. So we would always get emails basically telling us what our day would look like every single day. Isn't that nuts? Like, how many of us in real life, like outside of the academy, have our days scheduled to the point where it's like, at 6 a.m. we're going to do this, at 7 a.m. we're going to do that, at 8 a.m. we're going to do this, 9 o'clock, blah, 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 as the day goes on. Like, that's how disciplined and structured that the Air Force Academy was like. And so after getting out of that environment, I was so used to that structure. I was so used to, like, waking up, and after I decided to not be an IC athlete, I still worked out. Well, I still wanted to get my workout in, and the best way that worked for me and my schedule was working out in the morning. So I took that same mentality once I left the Air Force Academy, and I still stayed with that structure. Like, oh, I want to work out in the mornings, then I want to get this done and this done and this and this done. So that structure and that discipline always stuck with me, and that includes waking up early and just working hard. So not only did that discipline stay with me, but just that the discipline of like having that structure in my life, but also the discipline of saying, hey, this is what I need A, B, and C done, so I need to do this, this, and that in order to get it done, and I gotta work hard in order to get there. So that definitely stuck with me. So the third thing that I learned and that I got from the academy is, after going through that preparatory school year, which a lot of people don't know about, if you go through the entire year, serve, because you're technically enlisted, so you're technically considered active duty while you're at the preparatory school, which is the reason why you get paid a big amount of money. So if you want to know more about that, comment down below so I can tell you more about those details, and I'll rehash the entire year and tell you more about that. Because again, a lot of people on YouTube don't talk about it. Because once you go to the Air Force Academy, people are so afraid to talk about it. They're so afraid that they're going to be, there's just so many factors that play into it. But since I'm not in the Air Force anymore, I can say what I want. But again, like I've said in my last video, I have so much respect for the military. I have friends that are in the military. I have family members. My parents served in the military, retired from the military, so don't come for me. All right, so let's get back on track. Anyway, so again, after you attend the preparatory school at the academies, you qualify for a GI Bill. So if you were to get out, or even if you stay in the military, well, this is more so for the people who get out, because once you stay in, you fully qualify for all that good stuff. But say you get out, right? Which I did. I still wanted to finish my finish college, and so I'm still able to because the military is paying for it with the GI Bill I received from the Air Force Academy. Yay! All right, so the next thing that I learned from the Air Force Academy, number 4, is to cherish relationships and to the importance of building and maintaining those relationships. So I met my absolutely best friends and best friend at the Air Force Academy, and I will never, ever, 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 ever take that for granted. I will never regret going to the Air Force Academy and meeting such great people and meeting my best friend Lori. Shout out to Lori, I love you. I love you. I don't regret that experience at all. You literally go through such highs and lows with with people that come from all different parts of the world, and you just experience life with them. You grow, you learn, you eat, you sleep with these people, and you just get so tight. And it really taught me to just cherish the people around me. And I really found some great, great, great people at the academy. Shout out to all my teammates. Shout out to all my friends. Shout out to Lex. Love you. So I just want you guys to know, that is one great thing that I won't ever take away from the academy is the relationships and the people that you build. The people make the academy. Period. All right. So number 5. Now, not only will the academy teach you really great things, or you'll come across great things, but it will teach you the reality. So that's step number 5. I'm about to get real with y'all, and a lot of you guys probably won't like what I have to say, which you haven't in the last video that I did about the academy. But hey, this is my video. This is my channel. If you have something to say, make your own. Like I've said before. So this 5th thing that I learned, it's like it's basically saying the world doesn't revolve around you when you're at the academy. It's about a bigger purpose. So if you come in there thinking everyone's going to care about every little detail about you or your feelings, get that out of your head, because this is not what the academy is about. Yes, they want to make sure you're fine and everything like that to an extent, but they don't as long as the mission is complete, they don't care about you. And that's just, I can sugarcoat it, but that's really what I'm trying to say. So tip number 6, something that I learned about the academy, is that when it comes to that, going off of tip number 5, is you kind of have to stand up for yourself. So you're going to be faced with a lot of different issues, whether that is not being paid the right amount, whether that's going through harassment, whether that's racial or other different circumstances that you might have to go through, whether that's fighting for your own mental health, whether that's dealing with roommate issues or dealing with grades with professors and stuff like that. You have to defend and stand up for yourself. You have to you can't be a wimp in academies or in life in general, because people will walk all over you. And this is definitely was a reality check of life after going through this academy, is that, hey, if I don't want to be treated this way, then I'm going to have to stand up and tell people how I want to be treated. And that doesn't mean you have to get all big and bad and everything like that. That is just simply saying if you're being treated wrong, you have the right to stand up for yourself. The right. You are in you know what I'm saying? No one can tell you anything when you are simply defending for yourself and being treated the way that you need to be treated. So I don't think I need to continue on with that. I think you guys get my point. So tip number 7 that I learned after going through the academy what exactly makes me happy. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying it was all bad. There are some great things that came through the academy. I was able to travel for spring break. When I tell you, being at this academy, it opened my eyes to so many different people, so many different cultures, but it also, I was exposed to people who saw the world differently. So at the academy, as some of you may already know, you get paid a certain stipend each month. Now, compared to other students, college students our age, compared to other people our age, period, they're not making that type of money. And not having to pay bills on top of that, like we were able to like kind of pocket it all. So for spring breaks, people were taking trips to Europe, to Greece. They were taking people were going to Iceland. They were going to Rome. They were going to Asia. Like it was amazing to see that my peers were going to all these different places, and me and my friends would go to like Puerto Rico. It was amazing. I wouldn't have been able to do that with people my age. I don't think, at such a young age, if it wasn't through that. So traveling, that makes me happy. Being around people that I care about make me happy. But I also figured out what I didn't like. So this environment, being in an environment where you may not be doing all the things that you want, you definitely figure out the things that you do like and you do want out of life. Okay, tip number 8, life is what you make it, right? So even though, I guess this kind of ties in with embracing the suck a little bit, maybe not, but it's all about having a positive mindset. If you see the world negatively, it's going to be negative. But if you see the world positively, you're going to get a whole different outlook, a whole different life. You know what I'm saying? A whole different perspective than if you were to look at it differently. So again, I realized that life is what you make it. The academy definitely, it's a mind bleep. So it teaches you a lot about yourself. And this is why I can kind of like these things that I'm talking about, and the way the different topics, like it may seem pretty like simple, but if you take on this challenge and you go to the Air Force Academy, I want you to tell me like your experiences. I want you to vlog it. I want you to take note and remember what I'm saying to you, and see if they correlate, and if you can see these things after getting through it. Because there's so many people who can say all they want. They've never been in academy cadet shoes or people in the military shoes. So once you do it, then you can speak on it. All right. So tip number 9 that I learned from being at the academy is and I feel like this was something from within me that just came out even more after being around people at the academy. But it's just basically embracing differences and being completely open-minded. When I tell you there are people from all parts of the world that came to the academy, and I was just so amazed, and I loved every bit of it. I love learning about other people's cultures. I love hearing about where other people have come from, how they grew up, and then just sharing with each other. Like that experience in itself was dope. Like my best friend, she is Japanese as well as Caucasian, so how she grew up in Japan, and just her way of life, and her family, her just talking to me back and forth, like it blew my mind. It's beautiful. It's such a beautiful thing, and being around her, it just it opens my mind. And not just her as a cadet. Like there's so many other cadets that I've learned about their lives, including my teammates, my old basketball teammates. Just hearing about where they came from, it was really cool to see it all. And I feel like sometimes maybe with other colleges, you get people from maybe from similar backgrounds, but with the Air Force Academy, it was a culture shock in so many different ways, like military culture shock, and then you got people from literally different parts of the world. It was really cool, really, really cool. Okay, and then the 10th thing that I learned most is that mental health in general, like, is real. How some people put it past, like, oh, you'll be fine, like, you're just going through some stuff or whatever. Like, they brush it off, like they don't take it as a big deal. I've realized after being in such an intense and stressful environment that it is important to take time for you. It is important to, be able to vent and speak to someone. It is important to, if you feel like you need it, to go ahead and go through therapy. It's okay to seek help. You know how you have and you exercise for your physical health, right? And you eat the proper foods for your physical health, and you go to church and you pray for your spiritual health. So it's very important to just do whatever suits your needs, whether that's journaling, whether that's just taking time, being in a quiet place or going on walks for you. Just finding that time and whatever it is to build your mental health and making sure you are okay. It is so important because when I tell you going through, and it's not just me, I've talked to other people who've gone to different military academies as well, who have left with just feeling drained. And it's understandable because, when you're not in tune and really done some soul searching, like who am I and how am I feeling and everything like that, it's understandable to feel a little bit like drained. But once you take the time to grab hold of who you are and making sure that you are fine and sufficient in all areas and aspects of you, then I know like you're going to be great and you're going to be fine. But yes, these are the 10 different things that I learned that Yusuf has taught me. And that was just scratching the surface, guys. Be on the lookout for some more tips. And, I will always be authentic and completely genuine with these videos. If you have any questions, if you want me to go more into depth on certain things, if you want a part 2, let me know. Comment down below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. I absolutely love sharing different experiences that I've gone through in life with you all that I feel that could help. So anything I could do to help, just let me know. Make sure to, again, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Shoot me a message. And let's be friends. Yeah. So I'll talk to you guys on the next video. See you guys soon. It's amazing. Ain't nobody got to go crazy. I got what you need.